What's up everybody, Corey here, back again with another review for Xbox Tavern. This time I'm taking a look at Pac-Man World Re-PAC that just released on the Xbox platform. So this is exactly what it says. It is Pac-Man World as you've played it back in the day, but remastered for today's consoles. That's where the Re-PAC comes into play. So if you've never played this game before, it is a platformer, unlike Pac-Man of the traditional times. There are, of course, more traditional aspects of the game, but most of the gameplay comes in the form of 3D/2D platforming. You're going to be going left to right, right to left to get to some places, but you're going to be navigating this world, jumping and running and eating your way through different enemies and little bitty challenges to get to the end of the level. Now, the overarching story behind it is your family's been kidnapped and you are saving them, and each of your 6 family members is in a different little hub area that contains 3 regular levels and a boss level. Now, besides platforming, they have thrown in other genres into this game here and there. At one point, you are a first-person car racing game. Another point, it is a shoot 'em up style game. And then other times it's traditional, what you would think a 3D boss would be, where you have a big area and you're trying to dip and dodge, get to the boss just to hit him, all to be reset and do it all over again. Now, in your typical level, like I said, you are going left to right and you're going to be passing a lot of doors. These doors have a fruit assigned to them and you have to have collected that fruit in order to open the door. Sometimes these are necessary to progress, and almost all of the time you'll have to go a little bit further than the door just to backtrack in order to open it. To aid you in getting through these levels are different power-ups. Sometimes you'll come across a metal ball, which will turn Pac-Man invincible and really heavy, and will allow you to kill metal type enemies, as well as do some extra stuff underwater. Sometimes you'll come across a switch that once you activate it will pop up the familiar Pac-Man dots. And there is a big dot on that grid usually, and that will turn you into the big version of Pac-Man, and you'll be able to eat your enemies and complete that little mini challenge, sometimes awarding you with a fruit, but always getting you points, which points is kind of the name of the game when it comes to Pac-Man. Now, like I said, this game has about 6 different hub worlds with 4 levels if you count the bosses in each one, and then an overarching boss battle at the very end. Once you do all of that, you can kind of go back and replay the levels, getting a higher score. As you complete each level, you'll be presented with a slot machine, which will kind of tally up your score for that level, and it gets added to a total. In that slot machine, you're also able to play slots and get extra lives and stuff like that. The game isn't hard, but if you have difficulty after several deaths in a level, the game will prompt you if you want to turn on easy mode, which basically, depending on the level, will give you longer jump hang time so you don't fall as easy, or it might even give you more health. I really didn't turn it on, so I can't tell you for sure. But I do know that it is there if you fail enough. Now, that option is available in this pause menu if you want to turn that on from the get-go. Overall, I've really enjoyed this game. I didn't really want to put it down, and I powered through it in just a couple of days. I never played the original, but kind of looking at videos online, it is a product of its time back then, but this is a really good remaster version of a game back then, and I'm glad it's made its way to modern consoles for myself at least to experience. If you're a platforming fan, I definitely think you would like it. If you're a Pac-Man fan, I actually think that you would dig it as well. It does have the original game kind of baked in some aspect at the very end, but as you play, you will be transported into bonus levels and little mazes that are kind of like a 3D modern version of Pac-Man. And those are pretty fun. They're not hard, and I think the Pac-Man fans would find enjoyment in doing that, because it kind of gives you that familiar character. It throws in a little bit of a story. It kind of isn't really much of anything, but you do see Pac-Man and you kind of have that nostalgia for him, and you get to interact with him in a different way with this kind of 3D world that he is in now. And I can really enjoy that. So platforming fans, Pac-Man fans, take a look at Pac-Man World Re-PAC, and I think that you wouldn't have a terrible time with it. But that will do it for me for this week. Remember to check out xboxtavern.com, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya.